Video this week is super basic ring setup. You've seen that we've added these rings to the middle of the rig at a lower height. That's so we can begin to use ring dips in workouts, work on ring dips and accessory work, and then work on transition work for ring muscle ups, as well as our accessory pieces on top of that. So again, super basic stuff on rings today. The very first one being making sure you have level rings. Don't just look at it and guess wildly. The simplest way, line up your straps on the beam above you on the two holes, bring them together exactly underneath the two middle holes, and then see if you're level or not. I'm clearly not, so I'll easily adjust this. They are brought them together. I can see they're level now, so now I won't blow out one shoulder over the other. Next, don't do your dips and muscle ups with this strap hanging around. Rolling these things up, also easy and basic. Follow the strap down to the end and simply create a small little circle, enough to get the Velcro strap through here, and then just start rolling. Look at that, nice and pretty, out of the way. Now pull it up so I don't rub my arm against that hard metal shank and risk scarring myself. Next super basic tip for when we're actually working on ring dips is to keep the arms nice and tight the entire time. A lot of folks fail these because they end up spraying their arms out, and you can't stabilize out here because you're not a gymnast. Think about keeping your hands basically attached to your body the entire time through your ring dip. You're basically wanting to squeeze that arm in nice and tight. So use this kind of a bit of your bicep to pull the ring in as well. It's not just chest, shoulders, and triceps. Secondly, to help that idea of keeping the arms tight, you don't get tall. Keep the ribs and chest down and over, almost as if you're doing a push-up, and press through here. When we try and go to this tall version, it becomes a lot harder for us, so we cheat it by changing the angle, lean over and through more, and it becomes easier to perform. Next basic tip, wrist position. So my wrist isn't bent and weak here. I'm trying to get my wrist on top of my hands. That drives my forearm into the ring itself as I'm pressing up and through. Do you strict press with these broken wrists? No, you strict press with straight wrists. Same idea. You want to apply force straight through from the barbell into the arms to press up. This is just the other direction, straight down. Wrist stacked, push down. So we're just learning, maybe the dip isn't possible just yet, so that's why we've programmed a few ring dip holds, both at the top and at the bottom. That means setting the rings at a high enough height so that I can jump comfortably and land in a supported position. When I land there, I want to try and hollow out as much as possible, and again, rings are tight to my body. Don't get loose. Chest is over, rings tight, hands touching my body. Probably can't see that in this video, but while I'm holding out hollow, my toes are forward of my chest. Imagine that I'm performing a hollow hold on the ground. And I can also do the same then at the very bottom. I keep the toes forward, and I again hold the rings close to my body. Forearms pressing into the rings, wrist nice and straight, chest over top of the rings, abs on tight. So that's basic overview of rings stuff. Didn't even touch on kipping the dip, didn't touch on transitioning through for muscle ups. All that we'll do later in a different video. This is just easy stuff we can use to help us get better for the accessory pieces if you're just getting used to even playing with rings.